What's good, people? All right, we're gonna have a good week, and just like I promised, you guys are actually gonna see my training, see what my week looks like. I woke up, I went upstairs, I had a cup of coffee, 4 eggs, some spinach, slice of cheese, salt for sodium and taste. Munch that down. That's like 30 grams of protein, real low carbs, and some caffeine to get me going. I woke up a little heavy. I'm retaining a bunch of water because I fucking cheated on the weekend, and that's not cool, man. Cheat on your diet, you cheat on yourself, right? So I promised myself right now I'm gonna take this diet, extremely serious, and I'm gonna fucking do it right. And I keep saying that, but I don't. But I think filming everything now is gonna help me feel more accountable, and I've been meaning to show you guys how my training sessions look. So that's kind of cool. Yesterday I recorded the squats and pulling, well, all the good shit, I was talking, I said some cool things, but the audio came out so bad, man. So I'm gonna try to post that today or maybe tomorrow along with this. Right now I'm gonna go for a run. My legs are pretty sore. I squatted yesterday, ran the day before that, but I ain't no bitch. Not to say that recovery isn't important, even if you're, especially if you're a pro or you want to do this, do whatever your sport is competitively. Focus on recovery just as much as you focus on training, because it's like it's the trifecta, right? You gotta eat good, sleep good, train better, and and honestly, performance is so much better when you actually focus on sleeping enough and eating the right things. It's incredible, guys. It's almost like you give your body what it needs and it just knows what to do with it. It's incredible. So I woke up a little heavy. I'm gonna see how much water weight I can lose today. I'm gonna hit the sauna for extended amount of time, more than usual. Usually I'll do 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes. Today I'm doing 20 to 30, maybe even 40 minutes. I really want to just sweat out as much as I could fucking possibly sweat out. And then we'll start counting the deficit of the week from whatever weight we can make today. Cause I'm way heavier than usual. So I think I could lose like 10, 12 pounds of water today by the end of the day, which is pretty fucking cool. So the goal right now is gonna be maybe 6 miles. 6 miles. I'm gonna set the goal at 6 miles, honestly, because I know I could do 4, and I always do 4-mile runs. Might as well add another 2 and start making that my baseline, 6 miles, for this next training camp. And that'll help me make sure I'm holding myself to a higher standard and make sure we're progressing and I'm training harder and harder as the months go by. And if I see that systemic fatigue or general exhaustion is accumulating a lot, I'll take a week to deload, and then we get back into another hard camp. So just making sure we don't injure ourselves and do everything right. I want to see how much leaner I'm going to get with the cut. Definition is probably going to go up, which is also another motivator. Besides just being fighting weight, let's see if I got the proper technique here. When I do my tattoos, I decided that I'm always gonna like tattoo one side and then leave the other muscle clear. So like one chest tattoo, the other chest gonna be clear. One side of my abs is clear, like that. I always have one side to pose with, so fucking, and then I could show a side of the abs too, like that. But definition, getting more peeled is always fucking nice. But when I'm pretty lean, trying to get leaner than that, my cravings go insane, dude. It's different if you're already above what your body has a natural weight it tries to stick to, amount, its body composition, it's genetically designed to stick to, right? So when you're above that, you might not get as hungry. When you're below that, your body is going to increase hunger signals to get you back up to the weight that it's trying to maintain, right? So I'm already lean. I'd say right around the weight my body likes to stay at, maybe a little under. So going any lower than that is always harder, but that's where your discipline is tested, right? So check this out. I got a little whiteboard over here, handy dandy whiteboard. I'll give you guys some game right here before I go on my run. So this is about how my diet looks, and this is how most diets should look, I'd say, for most people. Try out a reasonable amount of carbs. If you feel bad for some reason, you could try a little lower. If you feel like you need more energy, you expend a lot of energy, you could increase that. Fat is very important for hormone production. You want to get healthy fats, which means non-saturated. There's monounsaturated, polyunsaturated. Saturated fat, you don't want that to be, more than a small portion of your fats, really. As long as you're getting more unsaturated fats, that ratio, that's what I look at personally. Because I eat beef, right? I drink milk. That's saturated fat. Does that make it unhealthy? No. As long as I'm getting plenty of healthy fats in my diet. So how I go about this right here. Fat, 20 to 30%. 20 to 35% is a healthy range. That's what they teach. My diet is 20 to 30. That gives me enough fat for testosterone levels, to stay at healthy levels. Carbohydrates, I get more carbs than protein. Usually I'll get like a 2-to-1 ratio almost, So that's my fuel right there. Your brain only uses carbs as fuel. So this is brain fuel. This is fuel for performance. Get your carbs. Does that mean eat only sugar? No. Most of my carbs and most of your carbs should come from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. And then a little sugar, some honey. I do honey before a workout, spike your glucose levels a little. Other sources are totally okay. Just you get your micronutrients, you need minerals, the inorganic compounds, and you need vitamins, organic compounds. You need that in your diet. And there's some research to show that the phytochemicals in plants also could have some health benefits. So that's pretty cool. Protein, gram per pound. Gram per pound. You're 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein. Really easy. Do that. If you don't have space in your diet to get that, check your diet, dude, because you should always have space for a gram per pound, and then you focus on the other two macronutrients. Get a gram per pound, get as many carbs. If you know how to calculate based on your expenditure, do that. 1-2 grams per pound up to fucking 5 to 6 grams per pound, whatever you need. And then fat, 20 to 30%. Fat, again, mostly unsaturated fats. Meat, protein, not all protein is equal. You want complete protein, which comes from meats, dairy, eggs, whey. These are the highest quality proteins. There is totally a way for you to get all your amino acids and complete protein in a vegan diet. It's just you gotta know what you're doing, have the right combinations. I'm not saying you have to eat meat. I think it is a very good idea to have a well-rounded diet that includes fruits, vegetables, meats, dairy, eggs, everything, man. Don't overeat. If you overeat, you're gonna gain weight. If you eat less than what your body needs, you're gonna lose weight, right? That's just laws of thermodynamics. We refer to that as calories in, calories out, right? So this is just kind of gave you guys a little mini class there, just to flex some knowledge and help you guys, hopefully, with anything you guys need. So I'm gonna get my running shoes on, and I'm gonna go for my run, get in the zone, maybe listen to some David Goggins or some shit, or just put some music and really get in a groove. If I feel inspired or feel like fucking Rocky Balboa, I'll do the classic, film while running motivational phrase or something. I always love doing that. I have a good time just kind of getting hype when you start yelling, and shit. I like getting into it, man. And same thing with boxing. So I might shadow box, honestly, just right here. I kind of move around a little, ba ba ba, just kind of getting warmed up, ba ba. Move around here, and I start jumping around, and then I go for the run. Make sure my knees are nice and prepped, and it's not too cold outside, which is nice. So I'm gonna get to that whenever I have my strength training, and whenever I could get someone to film a little bag work or something, I'll go ahead and post that too. You guys could keep following up on my training. This is gonna be a cool week of training, man. I've never recorded my actual training on a consistent basis. I've done little clips, you know, here and there. And I always say like what I'm gonna do in the day, but I end up not recording. But I'm starting to actually record the training sessions, and I'm just gonna set up a tripod and shit and do my thing, get in the zone, you know. Cause when I get in the zone, dude, I start grunting. It's like a fucking gorilla, fucking dog. It's amazing. It's the dog in me trying to escape, you know. I'm just fucking, but I do get in the zone. I do start lifting some heavy shit, man, and I wanna capture that on camera for you guys. So get after it. Have a good fucking day. Let's fucking work, man.